Hi, welcome to the Williston Show. My name is Erik Wells and I work in the town manager's office. This is going to be a new monthly show here on CCTV to share the many happenings and hear from the people who help make Williston a great place to live, work, and play. I want to thank CCTV for having us and giving us this opportunity. We're going to be talking with many people who are involved in town work and help contribute to making Williston a great place. So my first guest and my first ever guest on the program is Marti Fiske. Marti's the director of the Dorothy Alling Memorial Library in town, and she's been grateful to join me today as the first ever guest on the program. So
Thanks.
Welcome, Marti. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me, Erik.
Thanks.
Yeah.
How long have you been with the library?
Well, as of October, it will be my 13th year.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I know we've got a lot we can talk about here today, and I think we can start where it's definitely summer now, judging by the last couple of weeks and
Right.
The work that the air conditioners did in the town halls for us to keep us cool when we were inside. School's been out as well a couple weeks, and summer reading programs in full swing, I understand, the library. So if you could tell everybody a little more about that.
Sure. So the summer reading program is something a lot of our libraries do across the nation. It's a good way to keep kids up on their summer reading. Their reading skills, they find, decline when they have an entire summer month off without having sort of academic work that they can do with at least reading. So the idea is to keep reading scores up, keep comprehension skills up, and then it also helps with a whole bunch of other things that kids learn as they're reading, which then help them get more ready for the classroom in the fall. So our summer reading program actually started about a week before school got out. We visit the schools starting in May, and we get the kids all ramped up. So we wanted to make sure that they had the ability to sign up right away. And this year we have over 400 kids signed up for summer reading. That means that it's 1 in every 4 kids between the ages of 6 and 17. And when you count just the younger students between 6 years old and 11 years old, it's 37% of the population of those children in Williston. We also have a preschool program called the Rubber Ducky Reading Program, which we won't know how many kids are involved with that until the end of the summer. Those parents pick up a sheet and they do a series of little story times with their kids, singing to them, helping them with discovering colors and shapes and the like. And then after they've checked off all of that activity that they do over the summer, they bring the sheets back to us. So those numbers we won't have until the end of the summer.
Well, that's incredible participation for the program. Has it grown over the years?
It has, yeah. Every year we have more kids reading. And it's one of those things where they've learned from their older brothers and sisters, and so the younger ones get on board. And we're finding that now that the national program that we get our materials from have really good quality stuff for the teenagers, it's keeping the kids involved longer too. And it doesn't help that they can have really great prizes. I wish I had the opportunity of the summer reading.
Yeah, maybe we could talk about a little more about the prize aspect to it.
Sure.
I know, like you said, there's a number of great opportunities for some prizes.
Yeah, so the kids, there are kids out there who just want to read because they love to read. But there are also the kids who need to have the incentive. So what we do is we have the kids keep track of every half hour that they read. They get one of those little pull-off raffle tickets. And then that raffle ticket will go into a jar. And at the end of the summer, we have a drawing. So we have book giveaways. So for every 5 hours of reading, they get to keep a book of their choice from our collection of donated and purchased new books. And then they have the end of the year prizes. And also we often have little prizes like Spare Time, for example, had a free round of bowling to anyone who even signed up. You didn't even have to read and you got your first thing just by signing up. So they can win things like gift certificates to local stores, a Kindle, some other electronics and the like that. It changes every year what the prizes are.
Do you find businesses have donated for many years? Is it difficult to find prizes? What does that process look like?
Right. Well, the vast majority of the books that we give away to the kids, that we have them choose as their 5-hour reading rewards, those generally are donated. More than 75% of those books get donated to us as part of our summer book sale. Unfortunately, this year the library's book sale had to be canceled because we didn't have a space at the school. And so our friends of the library have stepped forward and helped us with purchasing books for that this year. And then we have probably about 25% of the end of the summer prizes, and the prizes that are given to kids who for signing up are donated. It's one of those things where the kids' prizes are really great, but it's hard to do the tracking down every year of getting those prizes. It takes a lot of staff time to do the solicitation. So we find nice, inexpensive prizes, and we spend that from our program budget. We spend about $1,700 over the course of a summer for our summer reading program, and that's about 15% of our children's programming budget for the year.
Wow. It's an important time of year for
It
kids,
is.
like you said, to stay involved, keep reading during the summer when school's not going on, and
Yep.
keep that interest in reading and stay engaged.
And how many times have we had parents who are like, I am so stir crazy, these kids have to have something to do. You know, get them off the computer, get them off the games. You know, unfortunately, some kids have a hard time meeting up with friends during the summer because their friends are traveling, or they may live in an area that's hard to bicycle or walk to their friend's home. So they get to meet their friends and get involved with stuff at the library instead.
Yeah, I remember doing summer reading when I was growing up, and I'm curious if someone wants to sign up and keeping track of the books they read. How does that all work? Can they still sign up this point in the summer?
Yeah, it's not too late to sign up. So they can come in and just sign, or they can sign up online on our website. They enter their name, and that gives them a number. And then that number is what they would report to us when they say, okay, I'm number 150, Joe Smith, and I had 3 hours worth of reading. So we would mark, we'd have to do it by six half hours. And then they are good to go. They keep adding up those points and adding up those tickets, and they can go right up until I think it's the 8th of August is when we're having our finale.
Okay. What does the finale look like?
Every year we have Tom Joyce, the magician, come in, and he is so funny. He's got the greatest jokes. He's really funny for both the kids and for the parents. Big magic show.
Oh, nice. So I'm sure everyone's got that marked on their calendar.
Sure do.
Did you do the raffle drawing that day too, or is it just more of a celebration of?
Well, we do the raffle drawing just before that. We have kids report all of their tickets, I think, by noon that day.
Okay.
And then we start doing the drawing. It takes a while to do the drawing. We end up with so many raffle tickets that we have one of those giant garbage bags that you would have contractors use. And we put all the tickets in there, and we like dig our arms down in and like try to reach in the bottom and pull out a handful of tickets. It takes a little while. So then we report the winners the next day.
That's fun. It's a fun way to do. I'm just trying to vision people sticking their arm way down at the bottom to find the tickets that were in there first. You know?
So, you have to read a lot in order to have a good chance to win.
Yeah, more tickets, more odds.
Yeah.
Great. I know beyond summer reading for the kids out there, there's a number of other programming going on in the library this summer, and always throughout the year too. Maybe we could talk about some of the things on deck in July and August coming up for everybody at the library.
Sure. So we have some events that are ongoing, so that they're pretty much all year round, and you don't need to register ahead of time for them. For kids, we've got story time on Tuesdays at 10:30. There's always built in around a theme. It includes a couple of stories on that theme and then a craft time. We have preschool music on Mondays at 11 and on Thursdays at 10:30. We've got Marcy Hernandez and Peter Alson. It's a great time for basically babies still on laps right up through to the kindergarten age. They get to dance and play musical instruments. And then for adults, we've got a current events program, discussion about what's been going on in the news. That's on third Wednesdays at 10:30. Cook the Book is one of our newer programs. You come in ahead of time, pick a recipe out of the cookbook for the month, prepare a dish, bring it in along with multiple copies of that recipe, and have a meal, basically. Everybody chooses something that runs the gamut of appetizer through dessert. And then we've got some special programs for the summer. We've got DJ Yoga coming up this next Monday night on July 16th at 5 o'clock. So yoga doesn't have to be all zen and peace, baby. You can have like just live DJ house mix type thing is going on while you're doing your yoga. So it's going to be really fun.
Is that for any level? Could beginners,
Exactly.
anyone can go?
Beginners through experienced, you just have to be 12 through adult. It's not meant for kids. This is for teenagers and for adults. We have Kindness Rocks, where you can paint a message of inspiration and then you can put it in your garden, or you can give it to a friend, or put it in a public place. That's on July 18th. We have a student production of the play As You Like It by Shakespeare on July 23rd. A ukulele jam, or you can learn how to play ukulele if you don't know how to. That's on July 23rd also. Jeff Salisbury Band is going to be doing a concert on the town green. That's going to be on July 24th at 6:30. You can bring a picnic. And the thing I am most looking forward to this summer, interactive Princess Bride. So you know the Rocky Horror Picture Show, where you like shout out the things from the quotes from the play, and you're supposed to like throw popcorn or something at certain scenes. So this is going to be come in costume. We're going to have sword fighting demonstration. You can learn some actual sword fighting moves. We'll be passing out foam swords. So whenever there's sword play, you're supposed to be getting up and getting involved with your sword. We'll have popcorn, we'll have bubbles, opportunities for you to shout out all the lines along with the movie, and I can't say it enough, costumes encouraged. That starts at 7 o'clock. That's on August 3rd, and if it rains, then we have a rain date of August 4th.
Okay. How that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking what the amount of planning and the preparation and how the ideas get thrown out for programming for the library. I can kind of envision people sitting in a room and writing things on a whiteboard and hearing all of these connections and things to offer.
Well, it is sometimes a little bit like that, especially for the youth librarians. They have a meeting at lunchtime pretty much every day. So sometimes it's because people have brought us ideas. They want to know more about something, or they've seen a really great program at some other place or some other state, or they read about it somewhere in maybe even another country, and they said, could you do something like this? Or I know somebody who is an expert on XYZ. They'd love to come do a program. Sometimes it's based on things like literacy for children, science skills for children, technology skills for adults. So we try to keep certain themes for sort of education type programs. And then sometimes it's just like, wow, I just thought of this fun idea. It's not very educational, but everybody's going to have fun with it anyway.
That's great.
Yeah.
Because this thing of the library as that community hub too, right? And bringing people together and having a good time and engaging together.
Right, right. And we do this over the course of an entire year. We start sketching things out a year ahead of time, and then we've got them booked 3 or 4 months ahead of time.
Wow. It's exciting. Yeah. There's a lot going on.
It is. It's constant.
Where's a good place if, I know we were kind of going through the schedule there, if someone wants to look up more information about an event, or are there anything they need to pre-register for, where should they go to for that?
Well, they can always check the website. On the main homepage, williston.lib as in boy, .vt as in Vermont, .us. And it's always on the homepage, the upcoming events. There's also links across the top for kids and adults what to do. So they can go there. They can also subscribe to our newsletter that comes out twice a month, and that will always give them things that are coming up for the next month out. So we have our newsletter, for example, that's going to be going out tomorrow on Friday, and that will give you the information for the programs that are coming up through the end of July and the first week of August.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So maybe we can spend a little time too here talking about services the library offers. Some people may hear library and just think books, but there's a lot more to books at the library. Right?
Yeah, a lot more than books. Well, besides different formats of stories, so we have audiobooks, we've got DVDs, books on CD, downloadable audiobooks, downloadable ebooks. So there's still stories or information in different formats, but then we've got things as well. We've got like a smart meter, so that if you want to find out if your refrigerator is sucking up more energy than it's supposed to be and you need to replace it, you can borrow a smart meter. We've got kits for kids, so that if you want to study dinosaurs with your children, you can pick up dinosaur puppets along with books on dinosaurs. We have costumes, fairy princess costumes. We've got puppets. Bocce ball, the lawn game bocce. We've got disc golf frisbee sets, so if you want to borrow a set and play disc golf either in the community disc golf park or bring it to another place and meet friends at another location, you can do that.
And the disc golf park, that's right near the library, right? Or out the back door pretty much.
Practically out the back door, yeah. It's up off the playing fields next to the school.
Yeah.
And then we have things like museum passes and attraction passes. Things that you can borrow and it will get you either a free or a reduced admissions into like area museums or like right now the Craftsbury Chamber Players has got a series of concerts, so you can go to a free concert if you'd like.
I've seen it driving around town, the bookmobile.
Bookmobile.
What's the bookmobile do for us in town?
So the bookmobile is called Dottie.
Dottie.
Which is diminutive for Dorothy. So it's a small library on wheels, so it's Dottie the bookmobile.
I like it.
This is our fourth version of the bookmobile. Right now it actually carries materials for both kids and for adults. And it carries all formats. So you can get anything from a magazine to a DVD to an audiobook to regular books as well. During the summer months, we visit neighborhoods. So we can go from mid-June until the very end of August. We visit Williston Woods senior community as well as neighborhoods of mixed ages. We visit daycares during the school year. And we visit specific senior communities like Taft Farms, Eagle Crest, Falcon Manor during all year round.
I'm just thinking with summer reading, that makes it very accessible for kids. If they can't make it to the library to get a new book, then
Right.
the bookmobile comes to them.
Right. And if your parents are, both working all the time, then we'll come and visit you during your evening time when everybody's having their meal. The bookmobile runs between 4:30 and 7 o'clock with the idea that we would hopefully be able to meet those kids at their homes if their parents aren't able to get them in during the regular library hours.
Is there a set schedule each week for the neighborhoods it goes to, or if someone wants to request a stop, is that possible? How should they approach that?
Right. So if it's something like a senior community, we can certainly, or a daycare, they can certainly contact us, and we would see if we could fit them into our schedule. As far as neighborhoods during the summer, if they contact us well ahead of time, we could see if we can get them in on the rotation. Every year we do an evaluation of how the neighborhoods had done in the previous summer, and if we find that usage starts dropping, then we'll add neighborhoods. So Williston Woods is a new neighborhood for us. We had another neighborhood where we find the usage had dropped a little bit, and so we brought that back in. You can find the schedule on our website.
Okay. So yeah, some other things we can touch on here. I know you get some homebound delivery as well, right? What does that program look like?
Right. So if you've got somebody who is not able to make it into the library themselves, whether it's temporary because they don't drive in the wintertime, or maybe they've had a surgery or they're ill, or if it is more long-term, they're a senior who just is not driving anymore, or they are wheelchair bound or something like that, we can actually make a delivery to their home on the schedule that meets their needs. We have a patron services librarian who specifically will schedule around their needs, and she'll either bring a collection of books based on what you tell her you like, or she can bring you very specific books if you want a particular title.
Oh, that's a great service to
Yeah.
offer the town.
Yeah, she's pretty busy.
One thing I've thought of, if someone hasn't been to the library for a while, or they're new to town, or they misplaced their library card, never had a library card, how does someone get a library card, and what should they bring with them to get the library card?
Sure. So the library card is free if you are a resident of Williston, or in the case of people who are from St. George pays an appropriation to us. So if you're a resident of St. George, you can get a library card at no cost. All you need to do is bring in something that has your name and address in it. We're pretty flexible. It can be your driver's license. It can be a piece of mail like a utility bill. Sorry, we don't accept junk mail. But like a utility bill, or a lease for an apartment, or car registration, just about anything that has your name and address on it. And we are part of what's called the home card system as well, which is in the greater Chittenden County. Unfortunately, Burlington doesn't participate, but every other town in in Chittenden County, and then some neighboring communities outside of Chittenden County also. So you can use your home library's card at Williston and borrow materials. The only thing you can't do is sign up for summer reading. So you have to do that
in your hometown.
Right. So anything that involves prizes is reserved for Williston and St. George residents. But you can access anything that's inside the library and check it out with a card from another town.
That's excellent.
Yeah. Oh, and also attend programs. We don't charge for any of the programs, no matter what town you live in.
And I'm thinking, if someone hasn't been or familiar with the library, kind of to navigate it, what type of different spaces are there and different sections? And if you were thinking, if someone was unfamiliar with the library, where would you recommend they make sure they go when they visit? And
Sure.
if they want a tour around the library, who should they contact? And to be familiar with the space and what's there for them.
Yes. Well, we love giving tours of the space. When we have somebody who comes in new for the first time and gets a library card, we'll usually ask them, have you been here before? Is there anything in particular that you're looking for? And if they have time, we can actually take them around, or we can kind of do a point over there sort of thing for them. We have an adult reading room that has all of our circulating materials in it. We've got a reference and room that has computers for adults to use. We've got a separate computer room for kids, so that kids and adults are on separate computers. We've got a Vermont room that holds some archives and artifacts from the Williston history, including things like from old general stores. And that also holds our Williston collection of history and Vermont history. We've got a great gallery that has monthly displays of art. We've got some wonderful artists in the greater Williston area, and that changes out every month. We've got a teen lounge for kids to hang out after school, and that is attached to our program room, our picture book room, and our our youth reading rooms. We also have a great patio with good Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's a great space. I remember when I started, I got a tour of the building, and I was amazed. It kept going.
It is, yeah.
all the spaces to check out and to use in there.
From the street, you'd think it was a lot smaller than it really is, but it's about 9,300 square feet. So, yep.
It's a good size.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's getting crowded.
Yeah, I know.
We're starting to warn people we're going to have to need a bigger space eventually, pretty soon actually, because the town is growing. But we're making it work. We've been making a lot of changes in the space, and people will actually, if you haven't visited for a while, we've gotten a whole bunch of new furniture, new paint, new carpet. Thanks to a flood, we had to get a little more than we wanted, but it's a great space.
One other thing folks may not realize, there's also movies you can borrow from the library, right? And audio books, digital books. how has you seen that circulation? Has that grown in recent years?
Yes, yeah. We actually have one of the larger collections of audiobooks for Chittenden County. We find that people who are commuters come to Williston because of the collection. That's one of the advantages of a home card system. You can go and visit another library. Each one of us has something that's especially more valuable for each library's collection. It's a little bit different. DVDs are one of our fastest turning over parts of our collection, and in about 2 months we're going to have downloadable video as well. We're going to be starting the Hoopla collection so that you can have television movies and television series that you can download at home, and comics.
So someone could make an account. Does it go through the library's Hoopla account?
It's all off of your library card.
Oh, okay, so you just log in using that. And...
Yeah, and most times you have to use your library card, and your last name is for the password. So that's how you access the digital books, the downloadable audio books. All of the databases, it's all through that library card number. So that's why it's important to get a library card.
Yeah, if you don't have a library card, I encourage you to stop by.
Right.
Yeah, so there's a lot. We could go on for probably hours here to talk about the things in the library, but we only have a limited amount of time. If there's anything we haven't touched on yet, Marti, that you want to address on this show.
Right. So basically, just ask us. If you think that there's a service that you need, call us up and ask us if we have it. Chances are, if it's a traditional kind of library service, we do, and it may be something that we don't. We're notaries, notary publics, for example. We're open longer than the town clerk's office. We're open on the evenings and on Saturdays. It's one of the services that we provide. So if you need help with something, if there's a service that you're looking for, if we don't provide it, we can help you connect in the community and help you find that service that you're looking for.
It's a great resource.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on today.
Yeah.
Hopefully come back again sometime.
Certainly. Be very happy to.
You've been our first ever guest, so
Okay.
you've done great.
Thanks.
So stick around for a few more minutes. We're going to pivot to our next segment here and something new. And like I said, this is the first ever episode of The Williston Show. We're working on a permanent title still. So thanks again for tuning in. One thing we're going to work to probably have every episode that we'll transition to next is what we're going to call the Community Notebook. This is a look at things happening in the community and going on. So you're going to hear me talking now because I'm going to go over to this present PowerPoint I have, and we will take a look at it here. So last week was our great 4th of July celebration. We had the parade, we had the ice cream social and band concert, we had the 5K fun run that waited a couple days for that one because, as everyone probably remembers, it was really warm out and really humid. So we've got a couple of photos I just wanted to run through. These are by Al Frey of Al Frey Photography. He was gracious enough to attend the parade and take these great images to share with the community. As I go through here, he's got a website as well that we'll share. And this is a look at the Lefebvre Lane float, and this was got the award for the best individual or neighborhood float in the parade. And Marti, I think I saw you in the parade, right?
Yes.
You were driving
Dottie the
driving
bookmobile.
Dottie.
Yep. Had my whole princess wave down.
What's that like, being a part of a parade? I've never been in a parade before, so what's that feel like?
It's really invigorating, and your face is very sore when you're done because you've been smiling so much.
Next photo to share, this is the Williston Boy Scouts, and they got the award for under the Best Organization Church category. Quite a lot of detail I put in and work into this float here. And next we have Hannaford's, and Hannaford's has got the Judges Award for the Best Business in the parade. If you can't see it behind me, there's a lot of folks marching, giving out materials and some food to snack on, and some. I remember they gave out water as well, which was very popular during the parade that day. And next we have Raimondo's, and pizza Italian food place up in Taft Corners. They were given the award for Best of the Parade by the judges. They did a great job, a lot of energy, and they sang throughout. They had a tune they'd stop and sing for everyone. So they did a great job in the parade as well. A couple others, we have the Judges Award. Pictured here is the Williston Town Band marching right at the beginning of the parade. And we also had Judges Awards went to Pocket Full of Posies and the Williston Food Shelf, which is celebrating its 10-year anniversary this year. So like I said, all photos here were courtesy of Al Frey. Here's our ambulance and one of our fire trucks, one of our ambulances and one of our fire trucks that were leading in the parade. And if you want to look at some more images, Al's website's here on the screen.
Did you know that the marshal for the parade was the Ann Park, our volunteer of the library for the last 35 years?
Oh, that's right. Thanks for mentioning that,
Yeah.
Marty. Yeah.
Yeah, she's friends of the library. She had been a trustee for over 15 years, but she's been a friend of the library for 35 years.
And she got to lead off the parade, right? As the grand
Right.
marshal.
Yes, from
was
her
marshal
convertible.
responsibilities. Yeah, that was So next year, we've got some general announcements in town. So the fiscal year 2019 tax bills have been mailed. The clerk's office was hard at work getting these printed and all together once the state got the budget finalized earlier this month. We put them in the mail last week. You should hopefully have them by now. If you don't get it in the mail by July 16th, Town Clerk Deb Beckett told me to make sure contact the clerk's office and they'll figure out what's going on there. First tax payment is due August the 15th, I believe, so that's coming up. So that same week this is an election year, a new biennium in the state. August 14th is the primary election, and you can vote early or absentee now. You can pick up a ballot at the clerk's office or request a ballot. You just have to have it returned by when the polls close on August 14th. If you're not registered to vote, you can register on my voter page online, and you'll see that web address online, or you could Google it through the Secretary of State's website. Only takes a few minutes to do. And you can also stop by the clerk's office and they'll get you registered to vote. Just fill out a voter registration form. And a reminder, voting for the last few years has been over at the school, and we're moving it back to the National Guard Armory. And that's at 7846 Williston Road. You'll know it right next to the Town Hall Annex where the Planning Office and Public Works and Rec offices are. It'll be there on August 14th. So if you go to the school, they'll probably be doing some work over there still, and they'll remember to go across the street to vote if you're going to vote day of. And this is selecting candidates from the primary for the general election coming up in November. So we've also had some great recognition for the town recently in the last few weeks. We've received some great news that these awards have been received. Our Williston Fire was selected as our Ambulance Service of the Year by the Vermont Department of Health. It was a great recognition. I think we're going to have a formal presentation ceremony coming up. Our Williston Police Department was recognized for its timely reporting of crash data from the state of Vermont. And then the Federation of Vermont Garden Clubs recognized the Community Beautification flower display at the intersection of Route 2A, Mountain View Drive, and Industrial Avenue. That's done by Ward's Planting, and the town works with them, contracts every year to do that work. And we're really fortunate that our community has so many great flower displays, and there's so many volunteers that go into this. Another group, Williston in Bloom, it was responsible for getting all the hanging baskets hung up in the village and down in Maple, down by Walmart, through there, Marshall Avenue area. So it was great to see Ward's Planting recognized for their work too, as I know it's a popular display out there on Industrial Ave. Another piece passed on from the police department, working to expand the Neighborhood Watch program. Our new chief's really been working to help get more neighborhoods engaged and learn about this, and our officers have been working hard to get the word out. Neighborhood Watch is a way to help deter crime, helps get your eyes and ears of your neighbors out there. You see something, say something, let our police department know. And we're looking to see if you want to get your neighborhood involved. Reach out to the Williston Police Department, and we will have someone meet with you and your neighbors and learn more about this program. If you participate, the sample signage on the screen, we'd customize that to Williston for you. So certainly looking for folks that want to get involved and learn more here and engage that way. And the town is on social media too. We've launched a new Twitter handle last week. It's at Town Williston VT. Just starting it up, so certainly give us a follow. I'm going to try to get more information on that regularly. It's an account I manage, so I'm looking to grow that network of find it's a good way to communicate with folks, to get more information out there. And also like us on Facebook, trying to get information out there more regularly as well. And with these type of outreach and any type of outreach, we're really looking for feedback on what you're looking for, to get information from the town, learn more from the town, about the services we offer, about what's going on. That's something we're always looking to hear from you on. And this television show is another way of that too, another way we're trying to engage and reach out to the community. So this being the first episode, I'm really looking for feedback and segment ideas here. We had a couple technical difficulties today, so we didn't go live, but our plan is to go live, and our time slot is the first Thursday of the month at 5:25. Second Thursday of the month at 5:25. See, this is the first episode, I'm still figuring it out here. So certainly you see my contact information on the screen. I'm Erik, I'm the assistant to the town manager. If you want to give me a call or an email or just stop by and chat, I'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback on this. So that's our first ever community notebook. And I think that's just going to wrap up our show for the day here. It's been great first episode. I really want to thank Marti again for joining us here and being our first ever guest on our Williston show.
It's been fun, thank you.
And hope you come back sometime. And thank you for tuning in and taking time out of your day to engage with us here. And thanks for CCTV for having us. And so I'm Erik Wells signing off. Thanks for tuning in and hope to see you next month. Take care.